10 Daily Habits to Build a Strong and Romantic Relationship. Building a strong relationship isn't easy, but it's far from impossible. It just takes commitment to making your partnership your priority and attention to the little things you can do every day to strengthen it. What are those little things? We consulted with therapists, relationship coaches, and other experts on what they consider the best daily habits to build a strong romantic relationship in order to get their insights on how we can achieve real romance in our daily lives, even if we don't think we have the time or energy for it. Number 1. Express gratitude. There's evidence that shows expressing gratitude is beneficial. In fact, one study published in Psychological Science showed that people who wrote thank you notes were more satisfied with their relationships than those who didn't. Acknowledging your partner for the little things, and doing it often, can strengthen your bond. Think of something specific you can say when you next see them. Thanks for taking out the trash without being asked, honey. I really appreciate it. Don't wait too long between thank yous or they won't mean as much. Put a reminder on your phone if needed. Also try making a habit of saying thank you at random times throughout your day. It could be as simple as telling someone thank you for letting you merge into traffic or saying thank you to yourself after putting away laundry. You'll find it adds up over time. 2. Touch your partner more often. If you want your partner to feel safe, loved, valued, and respected in your relationship, it's important that you regularly touch them. Even when people are dating or have just started their first serious relationships, some couples don't really touch each other at all except for an occasional hug. We know touch can increase oxytocin levels in our bodies, which is what makes us feel more connected with those we love, but it also increases dopamine levels in our brains. We want that feeling of increased dopamine to last longer than 10 seconds. So make sure you give your partner plenty of hugs, kisses, back rubs, cuddles on the couch together. Basically any way you can think of to physically connect with them will go a long way towards making them feel secure in your relationship. 3. Keep the romance alive. Romance can be easy to lose over time. It's even easier with everything else that couples have on their plates day to day. Think about your own love life. How much time are you spending with your significant other? What could you do differently? Can you make it a priority in your busy schedule, or are there things you can do before or after work? Think about where your relationship is right now and figure out what changes you can implement today. If nothing else, schedule some quality time for yourself and those that mean so much in your life. Remember, don't let your love get lost in all of your other responsibilities. Take time out of each day to nurture those who mean so much to you. 4. Take time out for each other. It's important for couples to carve out time each day just for each other. This can be anything from going on a walk together or having dinner together, to simply talking about your day. If you have no time for romance in your life, try putting it on your schedule. You'll find that not only will you feel closer as partners, but you'll also fight less when stress levels drop. However, don't reserve all of your private time at home. Try taking an extended lunch break with each other or scheduling date nights where you have dinner out, even if you're short on cash. There are plenty of free activities you can do, like checking out a museum or strolling through your local park. You may even want to consider signing up for a class together. It could be something like cooking lessons or salsa dancing. No matter what activity you choose, make sure it involves some level of physical interaction. Touching and being touched by your partner helps forge deeper connections between two people. 5. Communicate effectively with each other. How important is it for couples to talk? Very. In fact, in one study, researchers found that communication problems were linked with 65% of divorces. Yes, that's right, it's one of 2 top reasons marriages end. But it's not just how often you're communicating that matters, but also how well you're doing it. This point can't be overstated. Good communication skills are key to a healthy relationship because they help partners manage conflict, resolve issues and navigate changes, and when things go wrong. Effective communicators are more likely to keep talking about their concerns until they come up with solutions or compromises, which is good because 90% of conflicts lead eventually to resolutions. Now that we've got that covered, let's move on. The following tips will help you communicate effectively with your partner. You'll find some great ones below, but feel free to add your own. Start off by reading them together so both of you have a clear understanding of what effective communication looks like and why it's so important in relationships. Then put these tips into action regularly by practicing them together and separately. 6. Listen to each other more often. Communication is key in any good relationship. If you're spending time with your partner every day, take time to listen to what they have to say. Make sure you're both contributing to conversations. Listen more than you talk. When it's time for your significant other to share his or her thoughts, make sure you're listening attentively so that you can understand what he or she has been going through lately and how best to be supportive of them. You'll want your partner doing that for you too. If one person talks more often than not, try taking turns speaking. This will ensure that neither of you feels like you're always being ignored. It's important to show your loved one that you value their opinions as much as their presence in your life. 7. Spend quality time together. Just because you're in a serious relationship doesn't mean you can't miss out on quality time together. Scheduling regular date nights will strengthen your bond and let you take on life as partners in crime. You can plan these get-togethers however you want, but be sure they include spending real quality time together. It's one of your best tools for staying connected. Studies show people who have more affectionate relationships report being happier, more satisfied with their lives, less depressed and anxious, have higher self-esteem, feel better about their bodies, have more satisfying sexual experiences and are even physically healthier than those who don't have such bonds. So what are you waiting for? Plan that first date. Point 8. Meditate together on a regular basis. There are plenty of times when we're so caught up in our day-to-day lives that we forget about why we fell in love with our partners in the first place. That doesn't mean you should stop having romantic encounters or putting effort into your relationships, but it does mean you should try to bring back some of those early sparks. To do that, take time out of each day to meditate together. If you don't know how to start meditating, there are plenty of apps and tutorials online that can help. The important thing is that you find a way to practice mindfulness together on a regular basis. It will strengthen your bond and make sure things don't get stale in your relationship. 9. Go to sleep at the same time. An obvious one, but it can be easy to overlook your partner when you're busy. Instead of giving each other quality time, you both wind up giving yourselves quality time. Plan to go to bed at roughly the same time every night so that there is quality face-to-face interaction as well as sleep time together. Not only will it strengthen your bond, but it will help keep you healthy by allowing you both to get enough rest. Remember, you're in for a lifetime of sleeping next to one another, so make sure it's good sleep. A hug a day keeps the doctor away. Having just 5 minutes alone with your partner every day may be all you need to keep stress levels down and energy high. A hug is scientifically proven to reduce stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which makes us feel less stressed out and more optimistic about our day. It also releases oxytocin, which reduces pain and improves our mood. So take 5 minutes before dinner or after work to give each other some love. 10. Say, "I love you." There's nothing quite like having your partner say "I love you." Those 3 little words are powerful because they express an emotional connection. Relationships are based on communication and building trust, which is difficult if you don't know each other well enough or if there aren't open lines of communication between you. When you say "I love you," that means your partner have shown that they can be trusted with your feelings, something essential in any romantic connection. Love may not last forever, but it begins with trust, openness and honesty, all of which can be gained by saying "I love you." You should never feel pressured into saying those words just because someone else has said them first. However, when you do fall in love with someone and want to show them how much you care about them, simply telling them how much they mean to you goes a long way.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.